What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of AC Reviews the World. I'm your host, AC the Engineer, and we are episode 179. Yes, 179, y'all. Hopefully, everybody had a good day today. Welcome back to the greatest afternoon show in the world. I say this all the time. You ain't got to believe it, but I believe it. That's all that matters, y'all. But welcome back. It is Wednesday, April 29th, 2026, year of our Lord. And it's time to get into it. We got a lot of things to talk about because the world's a crazy place. And we got to review it together, y'all. Y'all know my sayings. But the best way to always support this video is always just to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all the videos. And welcome back to the show where we go over 4 or 5 different topics, just of things that I've seen that we need to discuss together, y'all. And if you ever disagree with anything I say, please leave a comment. Let's have a discussion about it. But you know how I like to do it. Let's jump right into it. The first topic we got to get over into today is we got to go over to London, where there was an anti-Semitic attack that ended up killing 2 people. We're going to get over into it and see what we can find out about it. But it's been another attack in a string of attacks against the Jewish people. Now let's get over into it and see what we can find out about this whole topic. Let's jump into it, y'all.
We begin with breaking news out of London this morning. A local group says 2 people have been stabbed in a Jewish neighborhood. It follows a series of anti-Semitic attacks in the city. Today's violence broke out in Golders Green, which is northwest of London. And there are reports the stabbing happened outside a synagogue.
CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio joins us now from our London newsroom with more. So Ramy, what are you learning?
Yeah, guys, those 2 people who were stabbed have been identified as 2 Jewish men, and this is confirmed by London's Mayor Sadiq Khan, along with our partners here at the BBC. Those 2 men, we understand, are seriously injured, and there is a local Jewish security group here called Shomrim, and they say that they saw a man with a knife seen running down the main road there, attempting to, quote, stab Jewish people. One resident in this Jewish neighborhood of Golders Green said one of the injured men was stabbed outside a shop, the other outside that synagogue that you mentioned. Prime Minister Keir Starmer at the time was addressing British lawmakers when this news hit. Here he is.
Now, my first thing is I wonder why they say he was only going after Jewish people. Now, I know he stabbed 2 Jewish people, but was that his only targets? Is that all he cared about, is that they were Jewish? But let's keep going into this and see what we can find out.
It is deeply concerning to everyone in this House. There is now a police investigation, and I think we all need to do everything we can to support that investigation and be absolutely clear in our determination to deal with any of these offences, the like of which we've seen too much recently.
And the Metropolitan Police have issued a statement. They say that the suspect is a 45-year-old man. They are attempting to understand his nationality. They say he also attempted to stab police officers, that he was tasered, and then he was arrested. They also say no officers were injured. That suspect is now, we understand, according to the Met Police, facing charges of attempted murder.
This is a crazy situation, y'all. First question I got is, why didn't they shoot him? Because if he's coming at him with a knife, just thinking about what happens in the United States, the cops would have shot him quick. But let's keep going into this.
Ramy, give us a bit of the picture of the overall context here, because we've been reporting on similar, on attacks, particularly in the London area against the Jewish community. Tell us a bit about what the current state of anti-Semitism is.
Sure, and frankly, not just in London, but across the United Kingdom. According to the data here, it appears very much that anti-Semitic attacks are near record levels. There's a British Jewish charity called the Community Security Trust. It tracks anti-Jewish hate crimes, and they point out that in 2025, last year, it recorded about 3,700 anti-Semitic incidents. This is the second highest annual total that they've ever recorded It's more than double from just a couple years ago, back in 2023. And, putting that into perspective, that is the same time that the Israel-Gaza war did kick off. The surge we're seeing is being attributed to that war. And that charity is saying that half of all the incidents have been referencing Israel, the war, Hamas. And then from the UK Parliament here, they point out, despite the Jewish community making up less than 1% of what they call the religious population, that anti-Semitic hate crimes account for almost a quarter of all the religious hate crimes happening across this country. Case in point, over the past year, last June at Glastonbury Music Festival, there was a punk rap duo that led chants to death to the IDF. This is the Israel Defense Forces. That was then broadcast live on the BBC. Last October, we also were reporting a man driving into a car into worshippers. This is outside of Manchester at a synagogue, also killing 2 people there. So the numbers do bear this out, that the rise in anti-Semitic incidents is there and at its second highest level.
Now, see, I will never understand, I will truly never understand why someone who has nothing to do with the war, I don't care what side you're on, who you're going for in the war, but why attack someone who has nothing to do with it, just trying to live their life? They're not even in the country. What are we doing? We need to be able to have healthy discussions, but to go out and just immediately try to kill someone who has a different view than you do, that is something psychotic. Let's go over into this next video and see what else we can find out. This next one's just a little short video of him getting tackled.
You're under arrest on suspicion of attempted murder.
Of course, they're not going to show his face. Let's get over to this next one.
First, we're going to London on the programme, where 2 people have been stabbed today in the north of the city in Golders Green, an area with a significant Jewish population. A 45-year-old man has been arrested on charges of attempted murder, and within the last hour, police have declared the stabbings a terrorist incident.
I can also confirm that this has now formally been declared a terrorist incident. Our highly specialised teams of officers are working with the Metropolitan Police to progress this investigation quickly and establish exactly what has happened. We're also working with our partners in the security services to ensure we have a full intelligence picture.
Well, with me now is our London correspondent, Bénédicte Pervieux. Bénédicte, give us a sense then of what it is that unfolded in the north of London earlier on today.
Well, this is clearly a very serious incident, just been declared a terrorist incident by the Metropolitan Police, a very heavy police presence there. The incident happened at about 11:20 a.m. Local time, and 2 Jewish men were attacked and are seriously injured, but we're told they're in a stable condition. They were attacked and stabbed by a 45-year-old man in Golders Green, a very well-known northwest London Jewish community there. And this was actually meters away from where just a few weeks ago there was that arson attack, you'll remember, on a synagogue where some Jewish ambulances were torched. So the 2 men have been taken to hospital. As I said, they're in a stable condition. We understand that a 3rd person sustained slight injuries. We also understand that the 45-year-old suspected attacker tried to actually stab the police, but he was unsuccessful. They're trying to establish, he was arrested, tasered and arrested, and they are trying to establish his nationality, we are told, and also his background. This is just the latest in a spate of very serious anti-Semitic attacks, particularly in the British capital, but also elsewhere in the UK.
Indeed, and that is something, Bénédicte, that leaders of the Jewish community in the UK have been, reiterating for weeks now. They say, look, our community is under threat.
Yes, I've listened to very many Jewish leaders who are shocked, but in some way not surprised, because there was something like 3,700 anti-Semitic attacks last year. They're not all as serious as the one that has just taken place this morning in the British capital. But of course, there was that deadly attack and against a synagogue last year in Manchester. So the police and the intelligence services are obviously mobilized and have been looking at this very carefully. These arson attacks on synagogues, some that have actually caused damage, others that have or could have caused very serious damage, even fatalities, certainly injuries. And there is possibly an Iranian link. That is something the police are investigating. I'm not referring, to be clear, about today's incident, but in a recent spate of incidents, a pro-Iranian group called Harakat Ashab al-Yamin al-Islamiyya has claimed some of these latest attacks on social media. So that is unverified as of yet whether they were behind those attacks. Officials have warned here recently that Iran has actually sought to use proxies, low-level criminals here, paying them money to carry out hostile activity in the UK. And that is where the last 6 weeks, and particularly since the war in Iran has happened. But of course, what is not lost on anybody is that very much since October 23 and the Hamas assault on Israel that triggered the war in Gaza, that is when there have been a lot of protests, when there have been some very serious incidents as well, of people who are radicalized and who are very anti-Semitic. And that is an ongoing problem. So there is fear, concern, and what the Jewish community is saying is they don't just want statements as good as they are from the prime minister or the leader of the opposition or other politicians. They want action, more protection.
Mm.
I mean, it makes sense they want more protection. Whatever they're doing now isn't protecting the people who it's meant to. But she did bring up something crazy, just the fact that it's possible that they're getting paid to do this type of stuff, which is not surprising because if anybody want to make some money, they'll do whatever they have to do. But especially criminals. Absolutely crazy. Let's get over into the AI breakdown just to find out a little bit more information about this whole attack. So as we know, on Wednesday, April 29th, London police declared a stabbing attack in for a terrorist incident. 2 Jewish men, ages 76 and 34, were injured by a 45-year-old assailant who was reportedly hunting for anyone visibly Jewish. Both victims are in currently stable condition. Okay, I think I initially said they died, but it looks like not. Good. The stabbing is the latest in a significant spat of anti-Semitic attacks in London during March and April. So we had a couple of attacks that happened. We had this most recent one. Then we had just the day before a suspect arson attack targeting a memorial wall. And then we got an arson attack at the synagogue on April 19th. April 17th, a bag containing bottles of fluid were left at a building in the formerly occupied Charity of Jewish Futures. April 15th, an attempted firebombing at the synagogue. And then March 23rd, 4 ambulances belonging to the, I'm not even going to try to say volunteer service, were destroyed in a firebombing at the synagogue. So counterterrorism police are leading the investigating into the stabbing. The suspect has a history of serious violence and mental health issues. Authorities are investigating if these coordinated attacks are linked to Iran or its proxies. So as of late April, over 27 arrests have been made in connection with these series of attacks. So as we know, the Prime Minister said this is utterly appalling. We got the London mayor said it is disgusting. Chief Rabbi warned that these sustained campaigns of violence and intimidation is gathering momentum and demands meaningful action from all institutions. They can't, I mean, what are they going to do? At the end of the day, that is the biggest question. What are they going to do to protect the Jewish people who are being targeted? And at what point is it going to stop? Is it when the war ends? Or is this something we just got to deal with for the foreseeable future? But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. We're going to pivot now into our second topic we're going to be discussing today. And it's, the world is a crazy place. We got to go down to Florida. Of all places, we got to go to Florida Taco Bell, where it looks like an employee ended up shooting at 3 customers because they ended up putting soda in the water cup. I didn't know it was that deep, but let's get over into it and see what we can find out, y'all. See what we can find out. Remember, y'all, the best way to show your support is just hit that like button. Let's get over into it and see what we can find out.
Turns violent. Police swarmed West Palm Beach Taco Bell around noon today after they say a person pulled a gun and started firing inside the restaurant. Caleb Califano is live at the Taco Bell right off 45th Street in Military. And Caleb, you were able to talk to a witness who saw it all happen.
That is correct, Aaron. And as I step out of the way here at this Taco Bell, as we zoom in, you can actually see a bullet hole that's still there right over the front door of this Taco Bell. Now, we did speak to a witness who filmed the entire fight right up to when the shots were fired here. This is video of what led up to right before the shots were fired inside this Taco Bell off of 45th Street and Military Trail in West Palm Beach at noon today. We paused the video right before the first shot was fired.
I didn't anticipate or believe it would ever be a gunshot, but when I saw the gunpowder and then heard it the second time, it registered.
I spoke to Robert Steiner, who took that video. He tells me he immediately ran out of the Taco Bell as soon as he heard the gunshots, and that it all started, according to him, over a fountain drink.
Oh, I think the guy broke some rule, took something he wasn't supposed to. I don't know what it was, but that's when the employee confronted him and they started arguing.
Now, according to police, we know that one person was grazed by a bullet and was sent to the hospital with minor injuries. They do have one person in custody for questioning. They tell us the investigation is ongoing.
Anything could have happened, you know. I could have been killed. I could have been witness to a murder. I don't know. It's crazy.
The world's ultimate crash outs strike again. Let's get over into this next video and see what else we can find out.
I'm Jim Grimes. Our top story tonight, new video showing the moment a West Palm Beach Taco Bell employee fired a gun at customers.
2 people were hurt, one grazed by a bullet and the other injured in the scuffle. We asked CBS 12 News reporter Katie Benty to find out more about the motive. She joins us live tonight. Katie?
Liz and Jim, standing outside the Taco Bell here, you can actually still see the damage just over my shoulder. There's a window boarded up after police say an employee started shooting at customers. And can you believe this is all over an argument about a water cup? Inside this West Palm Beach Taco Bell Monday, an argument, then chaos. A customer hits record as an employee appears to come from behind the counter with a gun. Investigators say that employee is 20-year-old Damari Patterson, racking the gun, then swinging it, striking a woman before a shot fires. Detectives say Patterson then followed the group outside, firing again as they tried to escape. And the newly released police report has details about how this started. The customers were asking for water cups, then filling them with soda. Police say 2 people sustained minor injuries, drove themselves to the hospital. We know one, a woman, was very close to being shot.
Is it that deep? Let's be honest now. Is your job that deep? Now, yes, you're doing your job, telling them no, they can't do it. But are you? Does your job expect you to fight them for it? Tell them to leave? What? Call the police? I know your job doesn't tell you to shoot at them. I'm assuming they said something that disrespected him or got in his face, pushed him, something. But is it that deep? Let's keep going into this.
One individual was grazed during that altercation.
24 hours later, the suspect in front of a judge, charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And records show this isn't the first time a heated argument turned violent. In 2024, deputies say Patterson pulled a knife during a dispute at home. Meanwhile, back at Taco Bell, the doors are open, people are coming in for food. I spoke with some customers who aren't bothered by the violence. They say they know it can happen anywhere, including fast food restaurants.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that it would happen. The world we live in today, it makes sense.
It's not a problem. I know things happen.
Now, this issue with customers taking free water cups and filling them up over at the soda fountain is actually a real problem for so many restaurants. In fact, some companies say that it's added to their overall operating costs to the point where they've now had to increase prices. Now, as far as Taco Bell goes, there's no sort of company-wide policy on how they handle free water cups, but it's up to each individual location to decide how to.
So I wonder what that man's supervisor told him to do. As there's no way, but I'm assuming that's how it started. We know that's of course how it started. But I don't think it was truly because of the water cups. It's mostly just because they most likely got into an argument, started pushing whoever got in his face. And then, of course, the ultimate crash out comes out, and wow. And then even chases him outside and still starts shooting. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let's go over into the AI breakdown just to find out a little bit more information about this whole case. So as we know, in the most recent April 27th, a shooting occurred at a Taco Bell in West Palm Beach, Florida. A 20-year-old employee was arrested after opening fire on 3 female customers following an argument over filling up a water cup with soda. It happened on Monday, April 27th, around 12 o'clock. Taco Bell at the intersection of Military Trail and 45th Street in West Palm Beach, Florida. 3 women asked for a water cup, but allegedly used it to get soda from the fountain. A verbal altercation escalated. Witnesses' video captured the sound of a gun being racketed, followed by shots inside the dining area. As the women fled, the employee followed them outside, fired a second shot, which shattered the restaurant's window. 2 women suffered minor injuries, including one who was hit or grazed by the bullet. A 3rd woman was uninjured. All were treated at the JFK North Medical Center. He faces 3 charges of aggravated assault with a firearm. His bond was set at $75,000. While he's claiming self-defense, police stated surveillance and witness videos do not support his claims. Come on, bro. I don't know what they had, but no one shot back at you or anything like this, and you got a history of pulling a knife during altercations. You're going down. It's as simple as that. You're going down. But this is a crazy instance. But question, like I said, is it that deep? Yes, I know the company is losing money. So yes, the employees have to say something because most likely their managers will tell them to say something. But this all happened starting because they ended up putting soda in a water cup. And I'm not going to say I haven't done that before. I'm definitely not going to say I haven't done that before. But if the employee would have told me, nah, you can't do that, I would have, you called me, pour it out, put the water in there. I'm just going about my day. But it seems like the girls got in his face, argued with him. And I guess he couldn't let that stand, so he ended up shooting at him. But I do wonder why they charged him with 3 counts of attempted, no, not attempted, but they charged him with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. At that point, if someone fires a gun at you, why doesn't it get attempted murder? That's a good question. Let me check real quick, see what AI has to say about it. So in this case, the decision to charge him with aggravated assault with a firearm rather than attempted murder typically comes down to the legal requirement for proving specific intent to kill. Under Florida law, the distinction between these two rests on several factors. So attempted murder requires the prosecution to prove that the defendant had a fully formed or consistent goal of ending the victim's life. Aggravated assault focuses on the intentional threat of violence using a deadly weapon that creates a well-founded fear in the victim, regardless of whether there was an intent to kill. Okay, I'm understanding. So basically, they can't prove whether he truly had the goal of taking her life. But I guess I'm simple-minded, and if somebody pulls out a gun and starts shooting, my first thought is that they're trying to end your life. But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a crazy situation, y'all. Absolute crazy. But this is why we got to review this stuff. We're going to pivot now over into our third topic we're going to be discussing today. And we're going over to something a little more lighthearted, where we got some heroes that we got to talk about today. It looks like we have students who ended up taking control of a bus, not for anything bad, but because their bus driver ended up having a medical emergency. So they had to take control of the school bus. Yeah, let's get over into it and see what we can find out about the situation. Of course, we'll go over to the videos, and then we'll go over into the AI breakdown just to find out a little bit more information about this case, y'all. Let's jump over into it and see what we can find out.
This morning, 5 middle schoolers stopping a runaway school bus after their driver passes out are being hailed as heroes.
I had a medical emergency and the students stepped up.
45-year-old Leah Taylor was driving her usual route through Hancock County, Mississippi Wednesday afternoon with a bus full of students when she had an asthma attack and lost consciousness.
She kind of sort of like fell over, like flopped over, and everyone started like standing up.
Here in the school bus surveillance video, you can see 5 students jumping into action, working as a team to stop the bus and save the bus driver.
I saw that the bus was veering off to the side, then I grabbed the wheel.
It's 6th grader Darius Clark who hits the brakes.
And the bus started rolling forward. It started like gaining speed, so whenever I clicked the brakes, it about threw me out the windshield.
8th grader Kaylee Clark called 911 while classmate Destiny Cornelius administered medicine to Taylor.
I saw her medication in her hand and I saw like her reaching for it. I knew that's what she needed.
Watch all 5 working together until first responders arrive.
I can't thank these students enough for saving everybody's life because it could have turned out so much worse.
Wow. We have some true heroes. They're trying to save their life, but also they protecting who they can. They ended up getting her medication, calling the police, stopping the bus so it didn't run off and hurt everybody or anybody else. That is what we want our kids to do. Of course, we don't want them to be put in danger, but we want our kids to be able to step up and do the right thing when it truly matters. Let's keep going into this.
They are wonderful and fantastic job, right? Taylor says she was able to thank each child personally the very next day when she picked them up on the bus.
The next day.
Yeah, the very next day.
Yeah.
But did you see?
I know.
See them come together like that.
Yeah.
Oh, super team.
Yeah, and we have to thank our ABC station there on the coast that helped. WLOX TV 13, your news for South Mississippi.
Let's get over into this next video. But I do wonder, I'm assuming she was medically cleared to go over the next day, but I wonder why she passed out in the first place. They said asthma. Is it just she just couldn't breathe and just passed out from lack of oxygen? Let's get over into this next video, see what else it tells us.
A group of middle school students in Mississippi are being called heroes today after they took control.
Driving them down a 4-lane highway.
She kind of sort of like fell over, like flopped over, and everyone started like standing up.
You can see Taylor's head slowly start to lower. 12-year-old Jackson Casanave says he saw the bus swerve and quickly grabbed the wheel.
It was just adrenaline pumping.
He called out for help as the bus kept moving.
So she passed out again, and then the bus started rolling. And I mean, it started to like gain speed, so I didn't know it had air brakes, so whenever I clicked the brakes, it about threw me out the windshield.
Sixth grader Darius Clark helped steer the bus onto a median and put it in park, while Clark's sister called 911. Another student rushed to help Taylor, spotting her nebulizer.
I saw her medication in her hand, and I saw like her reaching for it. I knew like that's what she needed.
Taylor said she had an asthma attack and couldn't get her medicine in time.
I had a medical emergency, and the students stepped up when I passed out driving the bus.
Once they got the bus to stop, the students say they all worked together to keep the other students on the bus calm while waiting on first responders to arrive.
I'm very proud of them. I couldn't ask for any better students than my students on my bus. I love every single one of them.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Tom Hansen.
Now, that's a crazy story. Now, I do have to ask the question, is it fine for her to drive the bus to drive the bus when it's a possibility that if she doesn't get her medication in time, she passes out? I wonder how the parents would feel about that. I'm not trying to say she should lose her job or anything, but there are questions about the children's safety that, of course, we have to ask. But let's get over into the AI breakdown just to see if they tell us anything else about this case. At the end of the day, we got to thank the children who stepped up and saved themselves and the bus driver and anybody else that the bus could have hit. Let's get over into this AI breakdown and see what else it tells us. So on April 22nd, 5 middle school students in Hancock County, Mississippi, heroically intervened to stop a school bus after the driver suffered a severe medical episode. While driving roughly 40 students home, Taylor experienced a severe asthma attack and lost consciousness. Surveillance footage showed the bus continued to roll forward on a 4-lane highway as she slumped over the wheel. 5 students, Jackson, Darius, Kalia, Destiny, and Mackenzie, I might be saying Kalia, I might be saying her name wrong, worked as a team to secure the vehicle and provide aid. So there was more students on that bus. So as we know, Jackson ended up steering and braking. Destiny did the medical aid. Kalia ended up dialing 911, and the group worked together to keep the other students on the bus calm until first responders arrived. Yes, those are heroes. Step above the rest. We got to call it how it is. So no students were injured during the incident, and the driver had since made a full recovery. The students were honored as heroes by the Hancock County School District with a pep rally and celebratory lunch. Wow. I do want to know if they mentioned anything about how the parents, see, I spelled that wrong. How did the parents of the 5 students involved in April 22nd incident have expressed immense pride and relief, with the community members highlighting that they should be very proud of their children's quick thinking. While official statements from individual parents of the 5 kids, have been largely private or shared through lenses of the community praise, several key sentiments have emerged. Praise their upgrading, heroic recognition, and driver's gratitude. The bus driver met with the students and their families and personally thanked them for saving her life and the lives of the other 40 children on board. The incident has also sparked a broader conversation among parents in the district about situational awareness, with many noting that the students' ability to act without hesitation or simply pulling out their phones to record is a testament to their maturity. 100% correct. In this day and age, a lot of younger kids are quick to pull out their phones and just watch and not do anything and step up to do anything. But these took the lives of themselves and the others in their hands. Because we don't know what could have happened. It could have reared off, could have ran into somebody. Somebody could have hit into them. Anything could have happened, and it could have took the lives of everyone. But they knew exactly, they took every right decision. They did everything right. And it was able to make sure no one was hurt. So we got to give a round of applause for them. And then, thankfully, well, yeah, round of applause. Where's my applause at? Round of applause for them. They did a great job. And they are true heroes. And I'm happy that they got celebrated for it. But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. Crazy situation. But you got to teach your kids about situational awareness. You got to teach them how to be able to understand. I know it's hard, but teach them to think calmly and try to make the right decision. Absolutely crazy, y'all. We're going to pivot now into our last topic we're going to be discussing today, and we got to go to some body cam footage. Yeah, you know I love some body cam footage. But this one's a little crazy, at least by the name. I haven't watched it, of course. But we got an armed suspect who ends up luring the police to an ambush. Yes, we got body cam footage about that. Let's get over into it and see what we can find out about this whole case. Remember, y'all, I'm going to say it again. The best way to show your support is always just to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all the videos. But let's jump over into this body cam footage and see what we can make of this. Let's jump into it.
On August 11th, 2024, in Columbus, Ohio, officers received word that an armed man had just shattered a window and forced his way into an apartment.
1517 Street. Owen is the caller. Ex-roommate, Ashanti Miller, male, mixed race, 5'10", no clothing description, broke in through a window. They believe he's in the room on the left from the front door.
Starting route to 1517 Street.
As officers sped toward the address, they had no way of knowing what this day was about to turn into, a chaotic situation that would require support from specialized units and equipment reserved for the most dangerous calls.
So apparently he's an ex-roommate that keeps coming back.
Turn right onto Neal Avenue.
He said he's been known to be violent in the past, also known to carry a 33.
Arrived.
1517. I'm assuming that it is, yeah. 1527 right there, 1525. Sergeant, put your hands where I can see him. Put your hands up! Put your hands up! You got him?
We have one inside refusing to come out.
He's got a 33 on him. Step 3 has got a 33. Put the gun down! Put the f***ing gun down! Yeah, he's one street over. He's hiding on the porch. He's got the 33 on him still. Put the f***ing gun down! Put the gun down! Put the f***ing gun down! I'm not gonna tell you again! Okay, he's running towards Worthington Street.
Light skin, male black. About 6 foot tall, all black. Book bag. Looks like a black semi-automatic. I don't like being out in the open.
9040, I'm in the area. What's the DOT?
Eastbound from 8th and Worthington.
At the stop sign, turn left onto West 9th.
What's the description again? Light skin, male black. About 6 feet tall, all black. Book bag.
He's 108th. 108th. Does he still have a 33?
Yes, that's a firm as far as we know. 108th. He's at 108th.
What's 108th? Hunter.
He's walking eastbound on 8th.
Correction, Highland and 8th. Highland and 8th.
Be careful. He was talking to us. Be careful. Hey, the cruiser had seen, he was kind of stalking us around the corner behind one of the houses, so he's waiting for us to make a mistake.
Yeah, he's hunkered down. Let's just set up a perimeter. Can we get a car on Hunter just north of 8th? He's right around here somewhere, so be careful. He's lying in wait, so just take a spot.
There he is. Yeah.
Now, I've said this several times. I could not be a police officer. The stress of going after someone who could possibly kill you. I'm not built for it. I'm built to be what I am now.
I think we got him walking, I believe, northbound through the house. Come right out to you. He's in between these beige houses.
Yeah, he's running towards the location again.
What's up, man?
He's going back eastbound. He's going back eastbound.
There, he went like 2 blocks and cut. Gotcha. Yeah, buddy. All right, man, thanks. Yeah.
Put the gun down! I'm going to shoot you!
Put it down! Put it down! Put it down right now! Put it down! Put it down right now! Put it down! Put the f***ing gun down!
He's running back.
He's still got the gun in his hand. Gun in his hand!
Put it down! Put it down! Put the gun down!
Drop it! Nope! Drop the gun, motherfucker! Drop it!
Put it down! Give it just the gun!
Put the f***ing gun down!
Put it down!
Put it down!
How do they all miss? How do they all miss? But let's keep going.
Where is he? Going to the left.
He's hunkered down there.
Where is he? You see him?
He's hunkered down there somewhere.
He's probably down under here.
Can anyone see down through there? I got you straight ahead. Did he go up, did he? Behind you. To your left. Did you see out? Another block, another block.
Oh my God. Somebody needs to get in a cruiser.
Where's he at?
He ran down that way.
Let's go. All right. Be careful.
We need the chopper.
Chopper doesn't have a crew until 11.
Damn it. See if OSP can send one.
Where is he? Which way did you see him go?
Got over here somewhere.
He's got the gun in his hand, just so you know.
He still has a gun.
Go back in your house. Somebody's around here. What street is that there? Somebody popped up right there.
He's trying to get over. He's running.
Where? They went that way.
He's running eastbound. He's got the 33 in his hand still. He ran that way. We need a cruiser. There's only one cruiser out.
Running eastbound.
He's going to come back around. I bet you anything.
Last seen this way. This way is where he went.
33 is in the hand.
I hear him on the left here. You see him? Ready? Get behind me. Let's go.
Stack it, careful.
I don't see him. I don't see him. I don't see him, but we got cops over there. Cops over there. Watch it.
Watch cross!
Was this one, can you get in this one? Did you even check?
Do you have any more on the direction of travel here?
I went through the area of South and Worthington, running eastbound. We need to get a perimeter set up. We can get a car south of our location.
He's probably trying to get back to the house.
Take the back of that truck. Back of that bed of that truck.
Watch right. Somebody watch right. You guys want to take Ellie? Look, there's a hard left.
Okay, let's go. This is an open door here in this house.
7A. Stand by, everybody. Hold on, we'll come back and set up a perimeter. I'm coming your way.
1469 Worthington Street.
I'm going to take your
2 has a 7A
your front.
on the
We need
door.
one more. I need one more person.
7A right here.
And then I'm going to come over
We're good.
to here.
You see the address on this place?
197 West 8th Avenue is where the 7A is.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna go to this side of the brick wall over here.
Yep.
When I get off,
You cover me as I go.
Yep. You got cover. Ready to go.
Yes, it looks forced.
It's going to be a 4-7A. We'll be checking.
You got me right here?
Yep.
Columbus Police! You better sound off!
This is open too. Push not forced. There's
does-
one open at the top.
Yeah.
This one you said you can tell is it forced?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to cross it behind you.
Can you see in the crack of that door there? No, right here. You better sound off! What is in there?
There's a room leading back to another door straight that way.
I'm going to stay on your back until you
Yeah,
move.
you're good. You better sound off, Columbus Police!
Watch your top. And we got side windows here, Adam. You're right in
All right,
front.
I'm gonna go in.
You gotta go right.
You cover me here. I'll go right. You ready? Let's go together.
I'm behind you.
Columbus Police!
Have 190 West 7th and also 1.
We need one more in if we can. And we're going to go two directions. I'm going with him, you go with her.
This goes right, left, and straight.
Does something come through there? Can't see that. Okay. I'm gonna go straight just to clear that right there if you watch me there.
On the left.
Alright. I'm gonna open it a little bit. That.
Oh, hello. I'm going to go hard left to the corner, to that side.
Corner there. Okay, gotcha.
Coming out, clear. All right. One left. He's in here.
Who's in there?
He's in there.
Are you hit?
No.
Are you in there?
You good? I'm ready. To your right.
Okay, he's gonna be in there. Get out! Get out here! Come on! Come on, quick!
You good? You good? No. Go back and go check. Go check. Go out and check. Check her!
Hey!
Check her!
He's in here! Hey, come on!
Reload!
I can't see the freaking.
You're right. Reload! Anyone that's shot, reload. Go out and get checked. You're okay. Go get checked.
We gotta get this door open. Anybody got anything to?
Okay, hold on. Everybody just stop. We got him in there.
I don't know if he.
Hold on.
Can he get into that room?
Just stop. Stop.
I do not think so, no.
We need a bunker up. We need a bunker up.
Huh?
Relax. Slow down. Let's talk. Call him out. Start calling him out.
Hey, get sound off! I'm gonna kick this door, okay?
You're okay. You're okay. Breathe. Into the nose, out the mouth.
You okay? I'm gonna kick this door.
Okay.
It's one to open right back.
Let's wait for a bunker.
Yeah.
He's like reloaded.
Get down. Get down. Here's what we're doing.
Get up. Back up.
Man, we're pulling out. He's firing. He's reloaded. Somebody call SWAT. We're gonna need help.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Come on. In case he comes out.
Have anyone injured?
No officers injured. Shots fired. He's reloading. He's hunkered down in a back room. We're setting up a perimeter tight. We need SWAT and we need some bunkers.
They're coming. 114's coming with a bunker. SWAT's being notified.
Yeah, we might want to move out just in case right
back.
here.
Move.
We gotta move to a safe location.
Come on.
Okay, stop a second. Let me check you. Let me check you. Let me check you. Turn.
I'm good.
I know. I want to double check you.
After hearing the suspect reload and fire again, officers immediately backed out of the house. With no visual on his position and the threat still active, they moved to stronger cover and requested tactical support.
The stress in this type of situation, I can't imagine it. Jesus, and you just trying to get home to your family, but you're trying to protect the people too. It's a crazy world.
We look on a chopper to help us with containment because this building's got multiple floors, multiple exits.
Currently, officers are positioned here, just outside the house where the suspect last fired. The original house where the suspect was first seen is right here, just a short distance away.
S11 to 114, bring your rifle up to my location.
East?
Hey.
That's east?
Guys, if he's shooting from the house, let's get some cover.
Let's go.
If he pops out.
Somebody cover. Watch the hole right there when you come. We need to go. We need right from the back.
Yeah.
It's that open door, just so you know.
And the alley, see the open door to your right? That's gonna be where he entered, and he went straight left. He's in that back corner. He did reload.
Officers' plans are to lock down the block and start gaining every advantage they can. Teams take cover behind nearby houses, while others work to move into neighboring homes to secure higher vantage points as they wait for SWAT to arrive, ready to bring in drones and bearcats if necessary.
See the cruiser? Yeah. Okay, they're gonna be to your right, just so you know.
Yeah, I don't really like this
I don't either.
crossfire deal.
I don't either.
Yeah,
the only
it's not
thing
a great.
I can think is if you go across the street, because you have an angle now. We got one rifle across the street, but you want to try to get to that corner.
Yeah, 17, I copy.
If there's no rifle, are you good?
Yeah, I'll just stay here. If he pokes his head out,
Come out with your hands up with no weapons. Come out of the brick house with no weapons.
Police department.
Sophie Miller, come out the front door with your hands up. Come out
I'm gonna
with your hands up.
I'm gonna go around, give him some things to say. Okay. So stuff like, hey, no one wants to hurt you. We want to make sure you're not injured. We got a medic standing by to help you.
You think you got him or anybody hit him?
Well, there's 3 or 4 shots here on the chase, and then in here it was just a gun battle.
Were you inside?
Yeah, we were inside. There was 4 of us inside. He trapped one of our people in the corner and was firing shots.
You don't have somebody in there.
No, she's out now. So I can either make announcements if you have something to do, or you can make announcements. I don't care.
If you want to talk to him, you do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do it. Take
I'll
over,
just
and
keep doing it till we get. That way you can do your
Yep.
sergeant stuff.
Yep.
So in the next building, you understand English?
No English.
You know English? No. Anyone? No. Does anybody speak Spanish? Anybody speak Spanish? Because there's a man over there with a gun. So that's all the police. Can I come in and look? Can I enter and look? Okay. It's okay. We might have a good vantage point in here if we can get in. English to Spanish. There's a man with a gun in the building. Back there. Okay. And then can we come in and look out your back windows? Yes? See? So we can come in. I'm in the apartment directly south of that house.
Asante, let's slow this down. We want to make sure you're not injured. We have a medic standing by to help you. I know there's a lot going on outside.
From the upstairs vantage points, snipers finally had eyes on the exact section of the apartment where the suspect was hunkered down, their first real line of sight since the gunfire erupted, and a crucial position as the standoff grew more volatile.
I just thought if he started shooting out here at officers, because there's so many back here, you might have to... I can't see that 3rd floor window at all. I couldn't see it in the bathroom either. Let me look.
I think that we shouldn't give up this ground, so I'm good staying here. I mean, dude, you got me a chair and everything, so I can stay here for a good long time. Since they have their SWAT team coming, and we have plenty of dudes, let's go ahead and if you want to explore and see if you can't get a vantage point on the 2 windows that are on the left side. And if not, yeah, come on back here and we can just swap in and out.
All right, I'm on it. I'll be back.
No, I'm going down to the original location to get information from our...
The destination is on your right.
Police!
Coming out.
How you doing? Is this a guy that you guys know, or?
He used to live here.
For about a year.
There's a bullet in my counter. Really? Okay.
There's a bullet on your counter?
I guess.
Okay, just leave it. This is a standoff right now, and I don't know if you heard there were multiple shots fired.
Yeah.
But this is a very
we understand.
Extremely high situation. Okay. So here's what I want to find out. Do you guys know anything about him, his background?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Do you know if he was ever diagnosed with anything specific, like
I don't know that he's ever sought. I don't know that he's ever sought help, but a lot of signs of like bipolar.
Signs of bipolar.
Yeah, like very much like yeah. He just flips a switch. Like he'd be sitting in our house with us, and all of a sudden be like, "What the guys?" Like, or something like get very dangerous with people. Just out of nowhere. Yeah.
Did you guys see a gun, a firearm
I heard
on him?
When the police said, "Come out with your hands up," I heard him cock a gun in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You heard him cock a gun in the kitchen?
He said, "Oh, shit," cocked a gun. And then...
When you heard the police at the front door saying police?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what did he do after
He ran out the back door.
He ran out the back door after he cocked the gun and...
Yes.
Okay.
After speaking with friends, officers had a clearer picture of who they were dealing with.
And I have a really good view down this alleyway. On the other side of this white bump out, on the opposite side is a door.
Okay.
So he could try to squeeze out there or come out there to surrender.
Right.
So I have down that little sidewalk, I've got a nice little view.
With nearly 2 hours passing since he was last seen and no movement inside, SWAT arrived with Bearcats and tactical drones to take over.
It took SWAT 2 hours? I mean, I don't know the usual procedure for SWAT, but gee, that sounds like a long time.
I'm still right here. Swan's in the other one to the right. I'm out of play, though. They just pulled up.
SWAT positioned units at both the front and rear of the building, while other officers watched from these nearby apartments. The suspect entered through the door here and is believed to be inside this room. The drone was sent in through the same doorway officers had used during the earlier exchange of gunfire. Inside, it approached the room where the suspect was last seen, but the door was partially shut. In the back, SWAT had already fired bunker rounds through the window and used the Bearcat to break it open even further, clearing a path for the drone to enter without exposing officers to another potential ambush. Once tactical drones were sent inside, officers found 22-year-old Asante Miller in a back room, the same room where the earlier exchange of gunfire had taken place. He was dead from a gunshot wound to the head, with a second wound to his right thigh. In Miller's pocket, officers recovered cash allegedly stolen from the initial 911 caller. He was also wearing a backpack containing 2 loaded 9mm pistol magazines, 3 boxes of 9mm ammunition, and an Ozark hatchet. SWAT cleared the remainder of the apartment and found no additional threats. Ultimately, no officers were injured in either exchange of gunfire, and the standoff lasted nearly 3 hours before Miller was found dead, bringing the case to an end.
Absolutely crazy. They waited there 3 hours, just trying to make sure no one else could get hurt, and he ended up dying in the initial gunfight. I wonder because the whole original call was basically just about him trespassing and basically causing a ruckus. Then when the police showed up, he cocked his gun and left out. Went on a chase. Ended up dying in gunfire at 22 years old, throwing his life away. It's a crazy situation, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on that situation. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said, but that is crazy. But that is it for the show today, y'all. We talked about a lot of crazy things. Remember, the best way to show your support is always just to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all the videos. And of course, these videos will be broken down so you can go back and watch them when you want, or just hit that like button. It's up to you. But you already know I got to play that outro, but it's Wednesday. That means I will see y'all tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll go over 4 or 5 more topics. But that's it for now, y'all. Peace.